Stern, we're gonna play Brimstone. Hi, Pond. I blew up. Cowboys 20. Like, all my USB was, like, slowly dying. Because it's like my controller went first, but then everything else just started dying along with it. And then I had to shut off my computer. Thank you all for making the journey here, despite my reputation. I reached out to many, but only you, Seven, chose to meet me and hear what I have to say. We have been suffering in hell for 15 years, and the war seems endless. Yet not as all as it seems. There is hope. If we band together and, what's that smell? Smoke. Oh no, fire. We need to leave immediately. It's spreading too quickly. Feeling faint. Wait, is that an angel? Oh no. The fire is going to burn the saloon down soon. I'll save as many as I can. So do I just... A strong spiritual aurora surrounds this woman. You can tell that she has a close relationship with multiple dimensions. I don't know if they're worth saving. Okay, so you pick your party members based on who you save. It's a lean man with a handsome face and cauliflower ears. What does it even mean? There is a feeling of resilience about him. This doesn't tell me anything. This beautiful young woman is dressed like a dancer. She radiates a fierce independence. This cowboy has a tough exterior, but you sense a gentle soul inside. There's sadness and determination in his eyes. I don't know if they're worth saving. There's nothing there. You recognize her from wanted posters. She's a notorious outlaw known for her deadly aim. Okay, so that's... Okay, so hang on. So one of our man who is sharply dressed. Next to him is a doctor's bag, but the contents are empty. The tall, elegantly dressed woman. In her muscular arms, she grips a large purse very tightly. Alright, Sturm, you're the RPG wizard. What are all these classes? That's what I was thinking. This is just a cowboy. Isn't cauliflower ears like a boxing thing, maybe? This is probably a dancer. Summer hates me. Did we even see what this was? This one-eyed dog lays quietly next to Lily O'Meal, who has sadly succumbed to the heat of the fire. I want to save. It's Lily O'Meal. You wonder, was she really a follower of the Dark Lord Malice? Dog is dog. This one was Notorious Outlaw for Deadly Aim. This one was the doctor's, had the doctor's bag. And then this is Muscular Arms. Which one's the one with resilience? Oh, this one. Okay, well, I'm saving the dog, because it's a dog. They stand up, looking shaken. I have a dog. Okay, you're saying this person. Okay. What else do we think? I assume like 4, right? Wait, do we pick cowboy or... Of the outlaw or the dancer? You feel very weak now, and the heat from the blaze is becoming unbearable. It's time to leave while you still can. Interact. Open menu. Rufus, Umbra, Lee, and Maria. This is Final Fantasy. Dog is a dog. Cannot be controlled. Oh, it's a berserker. Melee, extra strength and hand-to-hand combat. Melee, extra strength and hand-to-hand combat. Pistol. This sound effect sounds like an alarm. You got Omaru back into being Jade, right? Nate Omaru. Greetings, I am the Angel Zad. You're lucky I happened to be passing by and I noticed the fire. It's a shame I couldn't save your friends, but rest assured, their souls are with Biggin now. Except for Lily O'Meal, of course, assuming the rumors are true about her being a follower of Malice. But anyway, I'm heading south to continue my search for my friend, the Angel Leo. Goodbye. Oh, how rude of me, I forgot to ask your names. What are we naming dog? I'm probably gonna like... No, dog can't be dog. Okay. Shinra. Umaru. I kinda like Umaru. It does fit too. Umbra. I don't think I can add an extra. I don't think like I can. Umaru. I don't think I can. I think it's only 5 characters. I'm gonna leave the other ones the same because I don't know. Because I don't even know if I'm gonna like keep these guys, honestly. Nice to meet you. Please take these 200 teeth I've collected on my way here. I have no use for them. You're the Tooth Fairy. What? When I saw that no good varmint Lily O'Meal entered the saloon, I knew something bad was gonna happen. This is Earthbound also. Ma and Pa are buried here, and someday I will be too. I like how the dog is the leader of my party. Biggin's good, Biggin's great, Biggin's who we celebrate. We give thanks and praise to Biggin. He is the creator of all things who watch over and protects us. Welcome, Pilgrim. You're looking well. Let's give us thanks to Biggin. There's nothing there. It's a grave. You don't recognize the name. Well, of course not. I'm a dog. Look at those weird horses. Who could have burned down the saloon? I was planning on talking to the bartender tonight. Now he's charcoal. The horse tries the hardest to ignore your presence. Welcome to the Pleasant Hotel. If you need a room, I'll be 10 teeth. You peer into the well. It's dry and dusty. To the north of the city is of San Antonio. To the south is the Mission Francesco. Welcome to the general store. Deranger, light vest, worn boots. San Antonio, San Francisco, basically. I don't think we can go back in here. There's nothing there. I can't believe anyone survived that fire. Think big. Word has it that Lily O'Mule was a follower of Malice. I should have locked her up as soon as she stepped into town. It died for a different reason. My computer exploded. I've just started. Basically, Sakani, you're given... Yeah, basically all the USB ports were like slowly dying, and then I just couldn't control my computer, so I had to shut it off. But I just started this. The saloon was burning down, and this angel was like, "Oh, I can only rescue 4 people." And so then I picked 4 people, and one of them was a dog, and it's a berserker. Yeah, it did No, I don't. Well, it might have overheated. I don't know, but it didn't like. Nothing happened, as far as I could. Besides, like the USB ports just slowly dying. Because my controller wasn't working, and then my mouse wasn't working, and then my keyboard wasn't working, and then my headphones weren't working, and then my mic wasn't working. Now, let's see how the battle system is. So this is probably the monk, maybe? Yeah. There is an Undertale battle thing here. Yeah. Your posse won 6 teeth. I probably did not pick the right characters, to be honest. Considering the dog is like a berserker, so as much as I like the dog, it's also like just not as good as any other character you can control. Mars dead. I don't think I have a healer. Umbra's leveled up there, now level 2. Maria has learned Pilfer. Okay, so she's probably like a thief. Oh, he's dead! Dang it. So this is like straight up just an RPG also. I need to survive my doggy. Maybe I can go to the church and they can heal me in the church. I can't, like, because I can't imagine a hotel would survive, like, revive a casket. I can bring back your dead for a small donation of 10 teeth. Why can't we bring back all the people in the saloon then? If we can bring back the dog, we can bring back everyone. I have no idea. I assume it's because, like, it sounds like something they would use as currency in the Wild Wild West, but... Oh, he's still hurt, though. How much did the hotel cost? Yeah, okay, I can do this. Good morning in hell, you... Good morning in hell. You feel refreshed after a long night's sleep. That's what I tell my customers at my hotel. I like this cowboy music. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's really no reason to use a berserker here. I guess he technically can do some more damage, but not really, like... The guns also, because, like, I can equip the guns right now, they're, like, the best people. Stop killing my dog! I can't put armor on him because he's a berserker. Alright, chat. Do I keep trying to make the dog work, or should I go back and see if I can get better party members? What the heck is that thing? Here, we'll reset. Thank you all for making the journey here, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So they said U7, but the dog's like, there's actually 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So... he could use guns too. So I don't know what he was. No, there's no cat. There's just the dog, and then there's a dancer. There's the we didn't get the cowboy, the dancer. I think this might be a monk, but like she didn't really get to do much. I think I need a doctor. Definitely take the cowboy instead of the dog. I think the outlaw was fine. I'm thinking I take the doctor instead of the monk. And then, yeah, we could do... No, the skeleton's dead. That's a Leo Mule. She worships Satan. Oh, hang on, what? I don't know what his name was now. What was it? I mean, right, it was probably Bull. Could have been Dull. Wool, Vol, Ol, Dol, Sol, Pull. Null, we'll just go Null. Maria, Doc, and Lee. Okay. So good boy. The ability to wear pistols, the ability to wield shotguns, the ability to wield rifles, okay. Pistols and rifles. One arm. Cannot wield two-handed weapons. Pistol. Heal items are extra effective. But that doesn't, like... That's not that useful, then. Or at least they all can use guns. Okay, well then, it's probably best to give them all derangers. Like, I know getting the armor would be useful, but I feel like giving them all weapons would probably be the best thing to do. This seems pretty cool so far. I miss. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like the dog is just... Maybe it gets better, but like... You can't do anything with a berserker because you can't, like... control him. Welcome to San Antonio, nicest town in hell. Okay, thank you. This town's full of all types of folk, let me tell you. You're bound to meet a few of them at the saloon. Should Mont Blanc learn Mogpete or Mog-Aid? Mog-Aid because it sounds like a drink. Come on in for the best deals in town. So we got lasso, kitchen, bandana, wool, cotton leather. Okay. What flavor do you think Mog-Aid is? I guess I should look to see if there's anyone at the top screen, actually. I didn't look at that before in the last town. Yeah, there probably was someone up there, actually, I bet. You hear loud snoring coming from the other side of the door. The walls are as thin as paper here. I didn't get a wink of sleep. I wish there was a run button. It's interesting because you have to make a good balance between making a game feel retro, like feel like it could be made on the console, while still not being frustrating. You know what I mean? I think they've done a good job so far. No, I don't have enough money for horses. Hey there, good looking. Why don't you sit down and have a drink? The town of Heston is east of the river, but the bridge was destroyed, so good luck getting over there. Is it true that Lily O'Meal was killed in the fire? Good riddance. I heard she was a follower of Malice. Real shame about the saloon in Pleasant, but it's brought me more customers, so I can't complain. Fancy a drink for 120 teeth? What the heck? That's a ripoff. I can buy a shirt for 120 teeth. Mind your step and we'll mind your teeth running low on cash. Best find a pair of pliers. Aw. So they are literally teeth. So they're actually teeth. Welcome to the bank. Interest is 2%. Don't worry, your teeth are safe with us. Ha, our safes are reinforced with Abysdian. I don't know what that means. You appeared in the well. Lines, pet the dog? Yes. Oh, you can pet the dog! Go tell that Twitter. That Twitter account. Come on, Bean, play dead. If you're looking for a train out of town, you're out of luck. Rumor has it that Heston's been overrun by demons. What do we think is the funniest thing you could name your pet? Like, the funniest dog name. The wages of sin is death. Join our service Sunday morning. No. No, that's not even close to the funniest dog name. I heard rumors in the north of a terrible thunderbird that eats horses. I'd love to know if such a thing is real. They say if you rub an angel's feather, it will warp you to the church. I got caught selling fake ones. I was going for a normal person name, but I realized too late. Yeah, when you said that, I'm like, I thought you were making a joke about you know who. I don't feel like a normal person name would be the funniest thing. Maybe it would be, but I feel like something like Potato is funnier. Okay, so this is just the church. So how much is this like Final Fantasy Sturm? Guns. Welcome to the gun shop. Yeah, no, that I would get too. This is my dog, Nightstand. Sam lives with his brother in a shack southwest of here. I always see him setting the brush on fire around there. There's not many. I feel like there obviously is, but like for turn-based RPGs, there a lot of them are medieval. Come here, couch. Like, there's a lot of medieval ones, but there's definitely got to be some. Like, I know there obviously are some that are not medieval. Like I know there is a cowboy RPG. I think it was on the PlayStation. Guano Mine west of here has our tools. Problem is, it's crawling nasty monsters. Angels and Demons that had a brawl and wrecked the bridge pretty good. No easy way getting to Heston now. Like when you think of like RPGs, it's usually either like medieval, like swords and shields. Yeah, Wild Arms. I think cowboys are up there, and then I don't know. I mean, is there space turn-based RPGs? I guess there must be, right? And don't tell me Final Fantasy, even though that's also not wrong. And it's because I was inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, like the whole RPG genre. I don't know what that sparkly thing is. Is Xenosaga, like, space, though? I don't know, actually. I guess, do we count Chrono Trigger as space? Not really. Okay, well, maybe I'm thinking of Xenogears then. Because Xenogears is different, right? Star Ocean. Okay, yeah. No, I think isn't there like a space game on the Genesis also? That's why the Genesis didn't do well, because nobody likes space. I guess Lunar's kind of... It's kind of like both, though. Like, even the ones that are spacey, like, I feel like Lunar, from what I remember of Gaia's Let's Play, it is, but it also still, it's kind of got this medieval, kind of magical vibe to it, too. I feel like even most of the space RPGs still have elements of, like, you know, high fantasy to them. There's very few that are like Metroid, but an RPG, I feel like. Well, okay, what about Xenoblade versus Xenosaga? Those were all made by the same person, right? Technically? I'm gonna end up dying here. I was waiting for that. I think Xenoblade X is like the most spacey too, right? But those ones are they're like action RPGs. Dang it. Dang it. Somebody has to. So one of you guys had to play Xenoblade X at some point, because like, I feel like it's unfortunately like kind of forgotten by the Xenoblade community, but it doesn't help that it's like only on the Wii U. Why would online affect it though? Because it's not like Xenoblade has online, does it? I feel like those go hand in hand though, right? Like, Panzer Dragoon Saga is kind of both. Like, obviously it's not accessible, but it's not like people are like talking about that game much. So can you not... I feel like running is not that useful then. There's no reason to run in this game, I feel like. Because I feel like you get a much more disadvantage to run. Okay, can one of you guys heal me here? This is a church, right? Welcome, Pilgrim. Yes. But I need to heal still. You look tired. Would you like to have a rest? Yes. Okay, cool. It's weird because, like, I would argue for long, like, 2 is also kind of its own thing a little bit. From what I understand about the series, like, it isn't, but it also, like, 3 is the one that finally, like, got everything connected more so, I would argue. But, like at the time, like, when X and 2 came out, you could probably be like, oh, well, they're just all doing their own thing, but... X had multiplayer? Interesting. I mean, any game can be played without multiplayer. I thought it was less... I feel like it wasn't super obvious, though. Like, I'm not saying it's not connected. I'm saying, like on its face, it's not, like... It's not like Sonic Adventures 2 to... Well, okay, those aren't really connected. It's not like... What's a game that has very direct connections? Why can't I think of any games with direct connections? I know they exist. Well, my dog is dead. and not existent. What does the dog tree even do? How do I see... Can I see what the dog tree does? My deadest dog. Well, okay, no, see, this thing, like, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask technically are connected, but, like... Give me a game that's, like, a direct follow-up to another game. Kingdom Hearts 2. Kind of. Would you look at that, real angel? I hope he can cure my rheumatism. Gosh, I wish my big brother were alive to see this, but he's with Biggin now in paradise. Mama says our troubles are over now that Zad is here, but I don't know. He looks kind of weak. She's staring at the angel Zad with tears in her eyes and is oblivious to your presence. Oh, it's you again. I have some grave news about my friend, the angel Leo. I heard that demons have dragged him to the infamous Black Prison in the northeast. When the Dark Lord Malice uses magic to sink Lone Star into hell, Biggin sent us as angels. Oh, so like we're literally in hell. like we're not in a place called hell. Like we're literally in hell. Yeah, I guess, but Okamiden better. But yes, Okamiden is the direct sequel technically. But sadly, our powers are much weaker here. I'm quite tired from my journey. Biggin granted you a second chance at life. He must have known you'd save Leo. I'm sure it's part of Biggin's master plan to end the war in hell. We need more games that... How many games actually take place in hell? Not many, right? Did you come from Pleasant? The angels that told us about the saloon fire as well as the souls he saved inside. Antidote. Holy water. Like, obviously Doom. I'm just here for the food and shelter, to be honest. I guess Kid Icarus also, you're like, you go to hell. Well, Kid Icarus NES, you absolutely go to hell. Kid Icarus Uprising, you also go to hell, but you don't start in hell. See, I don't have any skills yet, I don't think. I think Bayonetta 2. I don't think you go to hell in Bayonetta 1. Q would be the one to ask for that one. You don't really, like, I mean, there is a hell in Dragon Ball, but I don't really know. I guess I haven't played Dragon Ball Z games, but I don't really know if it would really just be that one part when, during the Saiyan Saga. And I honestly don't know if any games cover that part or not. I would have to look at what Legacy of Goku does, because that would be the one I would think would do it. I mean, is there a hell in Minecraft? Is that where Jack Black lives? Legacy of Goku does? Okay. Yeah, but is it hell, or is it just, like, a place underground? Like there's things that are, like, comparable to hell. But there's a difference between, like, being the actual afterlife. I guess Super Paper Mario, you go to the afterlife in that game. Okay, but lava doesn't mean it's hell. It could just be a volcano. Fair enough, if it was called Hell in Development. I feel like people said good things about Legacy of Goku. I know the Dragon Ball game on GBA is pretty good. The original Dragon Ball game. No, I believe, if you tell me it's hell, I definitely believe you if it's hell. I'm just saying, like, if it's not, like, I feel like there are definitely cases of people saying things are hell, or saying things are comparable when they're not, you know what I mean? Like, I can't think of a good example, but... Like, being hell doesn't mean it's underground and hot. It has to, like, have more to it than just that, you know? The Boo game was, like, basically a sequel, like Legacy Goku 3, just wasn't called that. Doc has leveled up. Lee has learned Study. Null has leveled up, they are now level 3. What does Study do? That skill can only be used in battle. What does it do, though? No, Doom is definitely hell. I'm pretty sure Doom is hell. The original Doom. Oh, is he a blue mage? Wasn't he the Cauliflower Man, I think? Wasn't Lee the Cauliflower Man? Well, no, Doom 2016 takes place on Mars, but I'm pretty sure the original Hell wasn't on Mars. Or the original Doom. The original Hell also wasn't on Mars, either. I'm curious as to what I can actually learn from enemies. Okay, so first up, I want to go up here real quick, because I didn't do this last time. I smuggled a rare black demon stone from the north. Want it for... Oh, fuck you, man! How many people would that be? Like, let's... Okay, how many teeth does the person have? Average person have? What, 24? How many people would you have to kill to get that many teeth? Quick math. To get 100,000 teeth, how many people? I came here from Oster to escape the war, but it looks like it's not any more peaceful down here. It's got big Trigun vibes, also. I've never heard of teeth funny in 24. Is it? I could be wrong. Maybe it's only 22. I have to count my teeth. Hang on. No, I think it's 24. I need to heal. I want to talk to this guy. I don't know how long I want to play this one, but like this is... I don't know, what do you think, Sturm? I think this game is pretty cool. Do get better speed. Who's the weakest? You are definitely the weakest. Yeah, so far I'm really happy with UFO 50. The only game I really didn't like was Onion Delivery so far. Like, Onion Delivery was legitimately just not good. Have you guys looked in? Have you guys looked into what to Undertale Yellow? The only reason I'm saying this is because you play as the character that has the gun, I'm pretty sure. Like, of the children. I saw a bit of it when they had it at Summer Games Done Quick, or I think it was Summer Games. It's weird and interesting. Like, it's so crazy that like this full-on fan game exists. Frog. Bunny. It looked like a frog from the one... from the one side, it looked like a frog. I'm gonna study somebody. And... oh, he learns Pilfer. Yeah, he can learn other people's abilities. That's cool. He's a blue mage. You know he's a blue mage because he's blue. What, did... Final Fantasy V was the first game to have a blue mage, right? Like, Final Fantasy III didn't have blue mages. Or am I wrong? Kinda. Pika, I think you would actually, like... The whole collection for UFO 50 is, like, $25, but, like, I think you would legitimately jive with this game. I was not paying attention. Stop missing! There we go. The rabbit looks at you curiously. Okay, that doesn't help me. I need to get out of here because I'm gonna die here. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of different games, but like we're playing the full-on turn-based RPG. There's other there's dungeon crawler RPGs too, but this is like the full-on RPG. I mean, again, as I'm trying to make RPG name that game tunes, like they're all RPGs, but like I don't know. When I think RPG, I think like this. This is what I think of an RPG. Like in my mind. Xenoblade's not an RPG. It is, but in my mind it's not. Because, like, you're not... Like, any game where you're not turn-based is not an RPG for me in my... Like, for defaulted in my brain. No, it literally is. It is. I'm saying it is, but for me, that's not what I default to. It's weird because all MMORPGs, from my understanding, have that gameplay style, right? Like, no MMORPG is turn-based, or am I wrong on that? You can't really button mash here because of this. Not at all. Not at all. I'm right, or not at all. I'm wrong. Not all. Okay. I'm not really sure what the difference is between those games, to be honest, Term. I trust your judgment of it, though, because you know both of those better than me. I'm just saying, like, I can't be the only one that when I think of RPG, I default to turn-based, right? So it's kind of got an aspect of turn-based. Oh wait, hang on. So while active, it's very menu selecting. Okay. Yeah, because that's definitely, like, when having played, like, several Final Fantasies at this point, the selecting of menu, like, going through the menus and stuff, is definitely, like, a big aspect to me of Final Fantasy. Like, I love games that have, like, the churches that revive. I don't actually. That's, like, probably the worst part of Earthbound. But it's okay here so far. Who's the next weakest? Who has actual... You have 4 defense already. Well, you have now 4 defense, so I guess... Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but Slim was playing Dungeons and Dragons today, PK, the Eye of the Beholder for GBA, and apparently it wasn't that good. But I think the problem is, like, from what I was watching of it, it's like it's both a blessing and a curse. A lot of old games, especially old RPGs, and I feel like with like Dungeons and Dragons especially, they just assume that, especially with like games that are based on that, they assume you already know the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, and so then they don't explain anything or it's in the manual. And so I was having like there was one game here that we were playing that had that kind of like, it didn't explain anything, but once I learned the rules, it was pretty fun. But for something that's like a dungeon crawler, that's like a lot to like, it's a tall order to like, to fully comprehend. Was there anything here that I wanted to... Well, stuff with money. So can I learn anything new from these guys, or can I only learn Pilfer? Okay, yeah, I can only learn Pilfer. I'm gonna beat this game before I beat Final Fantasy 1. I should honestly play Final Fantasy 1 at some point, but I feel like I'd want to play the Pixel Remaster. I feel like it's longer than you might think, though. Like, for a first-time player, I feel like it wouldn't be as quick for me as it would be for, like, people more familiar with the game. So this will be interesting. What is the GBA one? Do they like make it easier? And that seems to be like how long this game is going to be too. Sturm is like 16 hours because this is like a full-on RPG. It seems like you're gonna want to. This game has a lot of grinding in it. Again, it's the whole thing of like, what mechanics do you want to keep to make a game feel retro while also not feeling frustrating? But I feel like most like RPGs, it's kind of expected for you to have some kind of grinding. Was every Final Fantasy on the Game Boy? Except 3, right? Because 1 and 2 were on the Game Boy. Obviously 4, 5, and 6 were. I mean, okay, I'm talking about like the 2D ones. Obviously not Final Fantasy 7 wasn't on the GBA. I'll leave it up to you guys too. Do you want me to keep doing more of this? Because I haven't really got any progress yet, but I can keep doing more of this game, or I can, there's the mine, but my guy is dead. What the heck is that? I think it does look like snot. It also, like, is way overpowering my party right now. That's mold. Goose chicken. Thanks to Biggin's love, you've been revived. I've taken 140 teeth as donation for the church. You robbed me! He took all my teeth. Where even am I? I'm back up. I think I'm back up north. Okay, so you can't like get a game over at least. Yeah, I feel like the monk character that punched, it didn't seem like you were doing like I feel like having the weapons is just so much better, but maybe he gets better with time. Because you had a choice of characters, I just these are the ones that well, after, because one of them was a berserker. Yeah, we were talking about how, like, because there is, Wild Guns also exist, right? That's a cowboy RPG too, right? I don't know much about it except for that it exists. I'm probably going late on this stream also just because, like, I had so many tech issues that I want to enjoy the games for a bit. There's someone in chat should post a number for Nintendo Power. I'll look up 50, but I want to say I've done 50 before. But post a backup number. Oh, also, I need to make it. Hang on. It's someone's birthday today. I can't have to, like, look at the screen. I can't, like... I'm pretty sure it's someone's birthday today. Okay, there. That way I don't forget. Yeah, I definitely was hearing, like, from Zelda, right? I was definitely hearing elements of that. I feel like I'm definitely not ready to go into that mine, because they were doing, like, 10 damage to me. What the heck is that thing? Can I learn from it? Ow. See, I can't figure it out. Does it mean that I can learn something from it? Because that makes it seem like I can learn something from it. And learns mine. Okay. So what does mine do? I need SP. How do I get more SP? I don't even have enough SP, like, existing. There's nothing there. There's nothing here. Well, there's nothing here. I keep getting, like... Dang it. If you try to go for, like, the red for the more damage, you're liable to, like, miss it. This is the original town. I should get more boots for the speed, actually. I know I should go to the upper town, because like there's probably better stuff up there. But I'd rather have at least everyone equipped with something. Let's give him more boots here. Thing is, I don't know where I need to go, because the mine would... I think I need to go to the mine eventually, but the problem is it's, you know... I'm not quite strong enough to go in there without dying. He's leveled up. I need to learn more skills from these characters. See, I don't know what that sparkle does either. So I was reading, I've been reading more of the Pokemon manga, and it's really funny. I looked up this forum post, not from Reddit, from a forum, and this is an older post, and it was about people like, what do you guys think about Pokemon? Well, they call it Pokemon Speed, which Zany also calls it that, so I can't make fun of that too much, but I'm gonna make fun of it because, like, just call it Adventures or call it or at least call it Pokemon Special. Why do you need to shorten Special? But anyway, yeah, Pokespay. People were saying about your opinion of it, and everyone's like, oh, it's so bad, and here was the reasonings. First off, one person was like, it's too dark, which, having read the manga so far, I've definitely had seen people say before reading it that it's super dark. And I'm not gonna say there's no dark moments, but, like, no, guys, like, someone made a good point where they're like, everyone posted that picture of the Arbok chopped in half, and like that's like I think the darkest stuff is in like Ruby and Sapphire, and even that gets like most of it doesn't end up mattering. So like I don't know, I feel like some of that's a little overstated a little bit. But the second thing is you have the classic, oh, I don't know why they made this character not like it was in the games, and I don't know why they made this character not like it was in the games. You have there's a large chunk of people who just want the same thing copied and pasted to any adaptation. I know, Sneaky, you've argued that they go a little bit too crazy with the manga, but look, I have no problem with people adapting stuff and changing it up. Like, there's a middle ground, too, I think. There's a point where at some point you should just be making the original thing, but there's also a point where you can make changes without, you know, it being sacrilege, you know. I believe that I would believe that, but I assumed the North American fan base just, or the, you know, just adopted that term then. But it was just funny. And then another person was like, I haven't read the manga, but from what I've seen, I despise it because of what I assume it's about. Which, okay, yeah, cool, dude. They said that Hilda looked like a girly girl because of one pose. Like, they didn't read the manga, but they said that she's overly girly and unlikable because of one pose that she had. Which, I looked at the pose and it's really not even that girly, honestly. My conclusion is that I think that we should just get rid of fans. I'm not not saying I've never done that before either, to be fair. I'm probably guilty of that too. But I would like to think, and correct me if, you know, if you think I'm wrong on saying this, but I would like to think that I'm pretty good about actually experiencing the things. You know, like I usually at least actually play the things I complain about. I try not to, but, you know, I get it, you know, gut reactions and all that. But I'm trying really hard not to, like, just listen to, like, I think people are really bad about listening to YouTubers and being like, well, this YouTuber said this, so this must be the case. And then I've played things that have been, like, notoriously played or watched things that have been notoriously, like, said to be this way, and it's just not even close to what people were saying it was. I think especially nowadays with more modern stuff, it's becoming more and more apparent that a lot of people do not have media literacy anymore. Like, there are people who are really bad at understanding media. I can't remember what it was I was reading. It was some... I think it was like some article... I think it was a news article about, like... Oh, it was a news article about finding this, I need to pay attention here. There was a news article about finding, this person who had been kidnapped in California way back in the day. This daughter found, them, and they got to visit the family, their birth family, basically. Interesting story. But one of the reaction that people had was like, well, what happened to the brother? Or, like, they don't talk about, like, they don't talk about the brother at all. And it's like, if you read the article, you can tell that there's a brother and sister, but instead of, like, they don't ever say, oh, he has a sister. It's implied through the writing just because they mention, you know, it being the mother of the niece that found this, her uncle. They make it mention that the brother is separate, is not this girl's father, and her parent is someone else. And you can easily figure that out by reading the article, but, like, so many people on Reddit did not seem to understand it at all. Like, it kind of blew my mind how bad it's getting in terms of people not, like, reading and not comprehending what they're reading. And I do think a lot of that came about because of schooling, because of getting rid of phonics. Please stop killing him. See, I don't like that. I guess it's because my speed is so low, but, like, I should defend before he attacks. Oh, there goes the... I want to learn this skill, though. I mean, I can definitely learn it, because it says I can't figure it out. Okay, Sturm, I definitely read that. Speaking of media literacy, I definitely read that 3 times, and it just hit me you were talking about One Piece, and I thought you were talking about fans of openings. Which is a whole other discussion about, like, abbreviations being... Not in this case, because that's, like, a classic abbreviation, but... I'm seeing a lot of overpowered fans. Oh, I learned Leech. That's big. So this guy can leech people now. I've seen a lot of original poster fans. It's also why I've stopped trying to, like... You read a Wikipedia article, and I feel like the summary on there is missing, like, important stuff that I think the people who wrote it just did not understand, so they didn't write about it. On, like, a lot of, like, you know, TV show episodes and stuff like that. Sneaky, orange pulp was right there. Inside you find a wooden arrow. Can anyone use that? Why is that better than a gun? That makes my attack. Well, Doc would probably be the best for it, but I guess for now. Yeah. It's so much nothing where they just want to take sides, belittle. I think there is definitely... Oh, my controller is screwing up again. I hope my computer doesn't blow up. There's a lot of people who just like to pick fights. Okay, that might have been the D-pad just screwing up. The bat screeches and flies away. Oh, the arrow... Okay, I can see the problem with the arrow. It is stronger, but you need to have really good timing. Which I guess makes sense, right? Like, it'd be harder to aim with a bow than it would be with a gun. Stop killing my party! The bow, it was in a chest. Just, like, south of here. Well, he's dead anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. Is there gonna be a... Oh, there's a boy. Sob, yeah, I burned down the saloon. A pale man in a cloak paid me 500 teeth to do it. He told me that there was gonna be a devil inside and I'd be doing a good thing. When I saw all the people in there, I almost turned back, but I needed the teeth. I ran home and buried my teeth. Then I fell asleep. When I woke up, my brother was yelling. Somehow our own house was on fire. My brother pushed me out of the window and told me to run. That's how I fell into this hole full of monsters. Sob, thanks for saving me. I'm going home to check on my brother now. I hope he's alright. Well, I'm assuming he's that house that I found. Yeah, the bow was definitely unusually tight. I think I'm gonna, like, get out of here and then probably check out another game for a bit before stopping. Because I think I've shown off a good chunk of this game. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's like, it's straight up just a classic RPG. There is some grinding and stuff. And I don't know if, like, some of the other characters would have been better. Like, I feel like the doctor, like, yeah, healing items work better on him, but, like, he can't heal. Or if he can, I haven't learned his skill yet. The blue mage guy is kind of cool, though. I haven't really been able to make good use of that. Yeah, that chest up there had the bow and arrow. Pon, did you get this game, or have you just, like, his I'm assuming Northern... This seems like a game that Northern Lion would be playing. I tried the dog, but it's a berserker. At least as far as I can tell, it's a berserker, unless it changes the longer you go, but... And it's really hard to use berserkers. in that you can't use them really. Maria is definitely pretty good though. I don't know what does that abbreviation mean? What do I mean, Berserker? Like in Final Fantasy games, it's a character that you can't control that just attacks on its own, and usually does higher damage. But the drawback is that it doesn't. You know what? I should not have done that. Actually, I screwed up there. The drawback is that you don't have any control over their actions. Where's the church? Why is it a small donation of 220 teeth? Is it because everyone is dead? So how does this work when I don't have, like, any... Or is it... Because it didn't seem like it was that much initially. Is it every time you die, or... At this point, I'd be better off just having her die, then. I guess, yeah, that's not a bad idea. If I put the money in the bank, and then I just go die with her. Because they can't take what's already in the bank. Alright, I probably will move on to the next one again real quick, but... Yeah, this one is really cool. Like I said, the only game I haven't enjoyed so far is Onion Delivery. Yeah, no, the soundtrack's really good for this one. We'll definitely be using it in the game tune at some point. What is the best place? I'd probably just go back over to the mines. I'm probably gonna die and then let them, and then revive real quick and then probably move on. I always heard of Discworld. I keep, like, that's one of those games that I've heard of and I feel like I don't actually know what it looks like. Though, isn't it also like isn't it a story too, though, actually? Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure isn't Discworld like Terry Pratchett or something, or am I just completely wrong here? Oh, so it is, okay. But they did other media that had that, okay. That's the series with the funny death guy, right? The funny Grim Reaper. Okay, Maria is definitely like the best party member that I have. Can I even buy anything? How much? 27 T's. I can't imagine anything is worth money or viable. Cotton. So it gains defense, but it loses defense for... Probably because they don't have a shirt on right now. Yeah, that's fine. The party member death star reminds you of Dragon Quest. What with having to like die in order, because otherwise you have to pay too much. Yeah, no, this is one of... Yeah, I'll show you PK, because that's why I wanted to switch to other games, because I know some people would come in late. I'll show you what the whole collection in a second. Once I just want her to die. But, like, they're all full-on games. Like, this game is, like, apparently, like what you'd expect for an NES RPG in length. Like, I think Sturm said Final Fantasy 1 took, like, 16 hours, and I think that's about how long this game is. No, it's only 25. It's literally every game is 50 cents, I think. Some are like more arcadey than others, but okay, I don't think I'm surviving this. I guess. Well, no, there's no way I'm surviving it though, because he's gonna attack first. I don't really need to save, I don't think, right? You know one thing I didn't do? There's order. I can definitely put some people in the front. That's what I should have done with the monk guy. I probably should have put them in the front, because I bet also, I wonder if you don't, like, miss more when you're in the back. All right, yeah, that makes sense. I've seen this. I've seen the save icon, but leaving town typically is for autosave is usually what ends up happening. Okay. All right, so here's the whole game library. I've checked out so far 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games of the 50. This one is like a weird, very old, kind of Metroidvania, like really old computer game style. This one is Splatoon but cars. Well, you paint chase. This one is Snake kind of type of game. This one was golf, but you had like it kind of reminded me of Dream Course, Pin Golf, or not? No, sorry. Pin Golf kind of reminded me of Dream Course in terms of how it controlled and played. Golferia is like a golf adventure game. It's really pretty amazing. Waldorf's Journey is this weird like golferous. You like jump with the walrus, I guess, to like it's like one of those platform score attack type games. I wasn't big on that one, but I didn't hate that one. This one I didn't like because of how the driving controls work. This is like a Crazy Taxi style, like get to point A to point B. This is like a straight up beat 'em up. This is a kind of like Pocky and Rocky style shooter game. That one was really good. This was kind of like a Contra style shooter, but like if you die, you can come back to life if you just grab these gears. And this was like a deck builder kind of game. So these were all pretty. I think so far my favorites were probably Brimstone, Party House, Golferia, just because the concept alone, and then definitely Elphazar Hat. Pin Golf was okay too, but okay. So let's see, Pika. I'm gonna let you get a pick here. Alright, no problem, Sturb. Yeah, definitely, it's definitely worth looking into, I think. It's pretty cool. But thank you for joining. I won't go for much longer, but I want to give PK a chance to pick a game. So PK, we have... I'm not allowed to play Bug Hunter. We have arcade platformer, puzzle platformer, arcade platformer, adventure game, arcade strategy, puzzle strategy, arcade platformer, strategy game, platformer, sport game, puzzle game, arcade, sport, adventure puzzle game, adventure shooter, arcade shooter, sport. This is like an RPG. I don't know how this isn't like a turn-based RPG though. Rail heist, platform strategy, adventure platformer, strategy, adventure platformer. Some of these are sequels to other games in the collection too, because it's like it's like a fictional company that made all these games over their lifespan basically. Arcade shooter, adventure game, platform sport, adventure RPG. Right, this is like a dungeon crawler, I'm pretty sure. Arcade shooter, platform shooter strategy, arcade shooter, strategy simulation, strategy. Strategy game might not be a bad one to check out. What do you think? What do you guys think? I probably will do one more game for this first look. So, Bushido Ball. Oh, that's sports. Okay, this little guy in here. This is short. We only do 2 games. And a lot of these games have like co-op too, either co-op or versus too. Oh, you can turn the laws on or off. I don't know what that means. Okay, Kotaro, Oyumi, Tomoe, Raizo, Shiomi, and Yamada. I gotta be Yamada. This is Pong. Roll, strike, hold B, super shot, tap B, secondary weapon. I don't think I have a secondary weapon. Legendary Yamada. Legendary Yamada. Could you repeat that? Yamada. I don't understand. Double tap, okay. Oh, I have literal bombs. Hang on, I need a different character because this guy sucks. Because he has like no speed. don't know what control effects. Who's the fastest character? Let's go with you. I got caltrops. I don't know how to do the charge attack. My meter like changed at one point. I'm not sure. It's like after you hit the ball. Okay. Weapon foul. Okay, let's see. Let's try this character. I became a stump. Okay, so I can hit the weapons back. Don't give me a foul for stalling. So it's almost like the meter, like, the more you hit the ball, the more you can do the power meter. Like, you can't do the power meter until you hit the ball so many times. Yeah, this is, like, hard, but I don't know how much of it is me sucking and how much of it is the computer players just being too good. Hang on, is there a way to, like... Is there a setting to make it easier? No, 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 no. No! I don't know why it takes so long for the options to load here. Okay, first off, let's make the goal 4. I don't know if making it hyper would actually be good. I'm not good enough with it as it is. How about Tomoe? Okay, nice. It almost seems like power is like too good. Like, having a power character seems like it's the best thing to have. Okay, so this has like the hook shot thing. Which seems pretty nuts, actually. Oh, you can't do that. Yay! Oh, so you had to beat all of them to... So, okay, this is Street Fighter. You gotta... To win, you have to, like, go through all the components then. This is honestly pretty cool. Simple but cool. Which is a lot of these games. Damn it. Nice. Well, will I actually beat a game tonight? We'll see. I'm liking Tomoe. She has a nice balance. God dang it. What the heck happened there? It like rotated around the call drop. What happens if I continue? Do I go stay? Okay, I do get to stay on this. Dang it. We should play this in real life. I don't know how effective that would be. Nice. I like how most of these games, like, you can see where they got origins of, like, but they feel, like, fresh. Like, yeah, this is obviously Pong. There's been plenty of Pong-type games before. But I don't feel like I've seen a game like this before. Come on, really? I would. If enough people buy this game, I would definitely, I'll definitely start a Bushido Ball tournament. But I don't know if this game, I don't think this game has online. At least if it does, it doesn't have it yet. Or if it's going to, it doesn't have it yet. But to be fair, I don't have anyone to test it with. But my assumption is there's no option for, like, connecting with a player. So my assumption is no. Dang it. Like the little jingles when they win and lose. Dang it. No, it doesn't have online. Wouldn't that be a double negative, though? So yes, it does have online. But no, I assume... I mean, like I said, I would think there would have been an option that I would have seen if it had online. Yeah, having the split balls is very good. The hook shot seems like it's not... It seems very situational. It can be useful, but the problem is because you have to double tap, I can just see it not coming up as being as, you know... Being able to quickly use it seems like it might be a little bit harder, whereas like the call trap you can just put at any point, so... Dang it. Really? I guess I could maybe use the hook shot to save a ball at that point, but I don't know how that... I think it only goes forward, though. What do you think the ball is made of? And don't tell me Bushido. You can't make a ball out of Bushido. I almost think the double tap should be the roll button, not the attack button for the weapon. Or for the sub-weapon. Dang it. Fudge! Okay, cool. I mean, to be fair, they've been working on these games for 8 years. Like, I'm gonna give them a little bit of slack because they had to make, like, 50 games. So while I could get, like, being like, why didn't they do the networking? I'm assuming that you'd have to, like, have it programmed for every single game, too. But it would be something I would like to see them add as an update. Just because there are so many games that have co-op. Either, like, to work, like, to play together, or to versus. Because there was some that they were working on, they didn't end up being finalized. Okay, nice. Could you maybe take that call drop off the side of my stage, please? Nice. First try. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can actually finish this. And then, I don't know. Maybe I stop. Maybe I look at one more. I mean, I could just look at all 50. Dang it. I gotta imagine no matter who you get randomized, I gotta imagine the CPU on the later levels is definitely harder, it seems like. I gotta get better at using the roll. But at least they have like a continue, like you don't have to redo all the opponents, which is nice. There is some benefit to like bumping into it because it slows the ball down, whereas like using your sword is just going to keep speeding it up. Okay, nice. Yeah, this is honestly pretty pog. Dang it. Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is the game has like a section where they mark which games are finished. Yeah, so that would be what I would count. I assume for this one I just need to beat all the opponents. But I assume for like golf you have to like pin golf. You have to win. I'm assuming. Dang it. Can I do a comeback? Dang it. I'm gonna be stuck on this game because I'm actually getting into it. Like it's Pong, so it's very easy to like be like, oh yeah, I like Pong. Pong is fun. Dang it. Alright, no problem, Sakani. Thank you for being here. Have a good night. I'll see you, hopefully, for Name That Game Tune. Actually, I should send a message out to make sure everyone can still come to that, I guess. But at this point, I feel like it's... Yeah, this Sunday at 7:30. And then, Tuesday is Neon White. Which I think you might be a game you might be interested in too, PK. I don't know. But next month is Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. 'Cause it's spooky. Okay, yeah, rolling is definitely the play here. Yeah, I played... The only Castlevania I think I've beaten is Aria of Sorrow. I'm so close to beating this. So I can't tell which ball is supposed to be fake on that attack. Dang it. Ooh, I don't know. I'll take that. Nice. Dang it. I was doing good there, too. Yeah, the cool thing about this collection, too, is, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to show everything off. So this is, like, this was a good stream. I hope people enjoyed it, because there's no way I can show everything off. But also, it's, even the games I play, it's not like you couldn't still enjoy them because of the nature of them. There's not really much that would be spoiled. Besides that, I suck at golf. and apparently Bushido Ball. But it was interesting to see some people came in who just for specific games, which I think is interesting because like I'm planning on trying to beat every game in the collection, but I would imagine someone like saw this and was like, I really want to play this one game, and that's all they're gonna play. And I would still say it's probably worth it because, like, you know, even like for only one game, $25. For some of them, they're a little bit like. For some of them, they're a little short for that price. I would agree with you. To be fair, a lot of the games, so like, they want for the look, but some of the games, like, gameplay-wise, they put more modern, like, playability on it. Because this definitely does not play like an NES game. It probably plays more closer to an SNES game, if anything. Because the movement is definitely very, probably beyond what most NES games did. Nice. Oh, dang it. Maybe, but even like, I mean, obviously there's no sprite flickering because they were like, no, that's, we don't need to include that. Nice. Oh no! Oh, damn it! Okay, there we go. Fuck. Damn it! Samurai! Just one more level. I'm getting better. Okay, cool. Damn it. I think, going back to our previous conversation, that old men should be playing Bushido Ball. That's my new answer for the sport men should be playing. Damn it! Now I'm just getting sloppy. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I'm not sure what the penalties actually do, to be honest. Like, I don't know if it makes it so that you have to get more points because of the penalty. I have no idea. See, the double tapping for the sub weapon I think is a little clunky. See, yeah, like it's hard to make that work. Because, like, I haven't been using it, but it's because, like, I don't want to, like, not have it work and then not be able to hit the ball. But I can see where it could be useful to get, like, an extra hit. Damn it. Stop getting in the way of the ball! I'm like determined to do this at this point. Like, I know I can do it. This guy's like just too good. He can like counter all my moves. Okay, I got a point at least. Damn it! You can kind of angle the ball a little bit, like in Pong, while going downwards, but it's not easy to do. Okay, 2-2. Dang it. Anytime I'm not going to get to the ball, I need to, like, just rush to it by rolling. Because like at least bonking into it will prevent it from going away, even though I can't get a hit on it. See, okay, I can't charge when it's going that fast and I'm not even close to the ball. Sometimes that angle throws me off. Okay, and I wanna just get. I still have another guy to fight after this, but I gotta imagine he's not as hard as this guy, but who knows? Because it depends on what, like, how they program the AI. Damn it. See, if I'm charging, he's gonna like spike in the other direction. He's much better at spiking in the opposite direction than I can do. Cause like, yeah, you can't really. You can only control the ball so much. Getting it like that and then spiking it down is pretty good. I'm already too far behind on this one. Nice. Damn it. I got close one time. See, that... I guess I was just, like, a little bit too high, but, like, that's dumb. I wish, like, I don't think this one's gonna save, but I mean, it's not a big deal to get back here. Just would have been nice to, like, beat a game tonight. Damn it! Like, the AI definitely feels a little bit almost too perfect, but I get it. It's like second to last match here. You're buying this game because of Bushido Ball? Or are you looking at other stuff? I mean, don't get me wrong, this game is good. Nice. Okay. Oh! I am the best at Bushido Ball. Alright. Can we beat this Kazuma, this evil... get used to how he moves. I don't feel like I had this long range that this guy has, but maybe I wasn't using him right. Yeah, it seems like he will be easier than the other guy just because he has... He's easy. He doesn't roll as much. He just utilizes his long range, but like that can only get you so far. Oh my god! Bombs. I mean, it's definitely worth the price, PK. Absolutely. Even if all the games are bad, it's still 50 cents a game. And, like, none of them have been... The only one I didn't like was Onion Delivery, and that's because I didn't like how it controlled. Because it chose to do these weird driving mechanics that I just did not like. I can't follow the ball when it's in bomb mode. I don't think this guy should be that hard. His long range is definitely the tricky part here. I wish I could make better use of the hook shot, but... Yeah, see, if you can get him like way down there and you spike it up, this guy's like toast at that point. Getting hit by a bomb is not great though. Can we do it in this one turn? Damn it, I shouldn't be charged there. Yeah, see, like, if you can do like that, he's super easy. No! You're not allowed to do that. Only I can do that. Yeah, like, dude, what are you doing over there? I can get some really easy ones on him, but it just depends on his position. I gotta imagine this guy is probably always the last one, maybe not, but I don't know, he looks like the final. It does seem like if you roll and then attack, you do get a bit more speed on your shots. But that can be a tricky maneuver to pull off at times. And don't jinx me. Damn it. I hate the bomb swerve. Damn it. The old reverse psychology. Oh, damn it, I didn't think he was gonna hit that. Okay, nice. I was worried about that bomb. Damn, if it gets hit by the bomb, like, it is recoverable, but it's really hard to read the positioning of where it's gonna go. But, like, see, stuff like that is, like, he's really easy if you can get him in a false sense of damn it. I should have hit that one. Like, it's like I'm just above it to strike it. I mean, he is legendary. This is the thing. Trying to get risky with my, like, shots here. Now I'm just getting a little sloppy here. Easy one. Nice. Okay, got two. There was no way I was getting to that one. I'm just gonna roll into that. Dang it. Nice. Whew. No, there's no way I was getting that. Yes! First try! This game's good, honestly. Tomoe sways casually amidst the howling cheers of the crowd. A sly smile slowly forces its way upon her serious face as she sheaths her blade with a steady hand. "I'll get you next time," shouts Kotaro over the noise, grinning. "Sure you will," Tomoe chuckles as she turns and disappears into the crowd. Okay, so these are all, like, the fake... So we haven't got to see credits. These are all the fake people who made this game. First try, every try. That's the motto of this channel. So this one is good. Again, simple but like addicting. And there's enough variance, like with the rolls, to be able to do like those weird fast speed, twisty hits, on top of like the sub weapons and the charge shots. There's like enough variance to like actually be pretty intense. It kind of, to me, kind of feels like a fighting game. If a fighting game was a sports game, like it has some of the same mentality of a fighting game. I feel like. I mean, obviously it's Pong, but just in like how you had to counter them. Like, you know they're going to use this move, so you can do this to like counter. Yeah, see, the hook shot, the only complaint I have about this game is the hook shot would have been useful, but trying to use it by double tapping was a little awkward. I've heard of Windjammers. It's definitely an action game. Like, it's not like, I was gonna say like, oh, it's like Dodgeball Academia, but not really, because that's like actually straight up an RPG. That game's also good though. Okay. How do I like leave? Well, it will not let me leave. I guess I have to go back to library. Now, does the terminal change at all? No, I still can't read this. Okay, yeah, so it's gold. I beat my first game. So you can see here, these are the chronological, like, hypothetical when they took place. These are the multiplayer games. So these all have, like, I assume, like, versus multiplayer. These are all... Or maybe not. Maybe they just have any multiplayer. These are all alphabetical. This is the epic play, which I assume means the longer ones, in theory, or the ones that have more to them, I guess. The more complicated ones, I guess. Because I don't know if Card Party is necessarily longer, but it's definitely more complicated. Quick play ones, which... I don't know if I agree on some of these. Thinky play. Reflex play. And then most played. And then my progress. So right now, these are the ones I've dusted off, and this is the only one I've completed. I mean, if I was to say my favorites... no, I didn't... Hang on, that was the wrong button. No, that's the wrong button again. Favorite... 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 Probably those would... Well, and I guess this one too, actually. I wasn't hating. So this is saying I'm 11% through Golfaria. Saved by 57 Opies. Or saved 57 Opies. Okay, so that's basically saying how much... I don't know if that's like an extra achievement, or if that's specifically how much you need to do to get the high score. Or maybe you don't need to get a high score in that game, you need to just get that many of them saved. Yeah, this one, I don't know if I'm ever going to beat that one, to be honest. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. Is there anything real quick I can do before I stop? I wanted to kind of... I'm not going to, like, play it in depth, but I kind of wanted to show off one of the strategy games. Let's see what Combatants is like real quick. And there's 2-player versus, too. The bite of the red ant is fierce. Its mandibles can crush easily. Do your part against the Red Horde. So... Spit, command menu. Oh, I got it. Okay, so I see. The red ants have taken our land. We only have one queen left. Ants, one queen. The other one, 2 ants, 1 queen. Let's fight back, feed our queen to create more ants. But be careful, the red ants are very strong. Our great comeback begins now. Good luck. See, but I'm controlling this one. Also, no, this is the one just commanding it. So the other one, you can tell the other guys what to do. This is an RTS. I'm not sure I get these commands entirely. Like, these guys aren't, like, following me. I'm not sure I entirely get how the commands work. But like, what? This guy's not doing anything. Pika, do you understand what's going on? Pawn, do you? No. Okay. They keep, like, they all just kill me. I don't hate this one, I just don't really fully get it. Alright. There was one that I thought was like a full-on tabletop strategy game. See, like, the problem is strategy is used for, like, games that aren't, like, what you would think's, like, strategy. Yeah, let's see what this is real quick, and I'll stop, probably. See, I don't know, because the only buttons you have are A and B. You only have that menu that comes up. Okay, so we're not going to do story mode. Let's see what this is. Quick battle. This is Pogs. The thing with some of these games is, like, I really wish there was, like, a fake menu for them, though, because it's a little tricky to figure some of these games out, especially, like, the strategy games. I mean, this is also just, I don't know if it's Pogs, but there's definitely a game like this, right? Is it not Pogs, or what am I thinking of? Also, this is also golf, by the way. This is the other hidden golf game. I'm not sure I fully understand this game so far, but I bet the story mode will maybe explain it a bit better. Because I just wanted to jump into a quick battle. I know I'm pretty sure there's a game like this in a like actual game that actually exists. I don't know why I can't use some of the other guys though at this point. Summer, what do you think of this game? You haven't said anything. Not this game specifically, mind you. I was talking more just in general. So it seems like after you use them, they have to take like a rest before you can use them again. Wow, you hate RPGs. Oh well, that was great. I forgot that I had that attack. Summer, you like, The World Ends With You. That's an RPG. No, it was too far. Yeah, but that wasn't classic Final Fantasy style RPG. That was classic cowboy style RPG. There was no fantasy to be held in that game. Pretty much, yeah. I'm also gonna lose. This seems cool, though. I'm just saying, Summer hates cowboys. This is my conclusion that I've taken. I just want to see, do they explain anything in the story mode? I'm not gonna do the story mode. We demand your help. Blue Raiders are harassing a key mountain pass and must be dealt with. Prove yourself and more important tasks away. You can't hire a rat! What is a rat gonna do for you? You may hire disc at taverns. I don't want to hire rats. How much money do I have? Cash of 5 gold. This is just ogre battle. This is just ogre battle. It is not at all ogre battle whatsoever. But there are ogres, and they do battle. We're battle march of the Frisbee Queen. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure there was a game like this that exists. I mean, it's also just air hockey, kinda. A little bit, yeah, but it's like RPG billiards. Kill my knight. No. I feel like it'd be better, more productive for you to attack the guys back there, but sure, attack this guy. Well, you have a healing pond. Alright, well, this is not too hard so far. But see, the question is, I assume that the discs that die don't come back. Oh, you missed. How do you miss? Okay, you didn't miss that time. I can't. The rock was in the way. No, he killed my knight. These little things are like... These are rats, right, I guess? These freaking rats. You know what they say about rats? Don't let them play Frisbee. The good news is they only really do 1 damage. It's literally just ogres versus rats at this point, by the way. The rats also get way more turns. The ogres only get 1 turn. That was dumb. Now I can kill you. I can't get up to you because you're like hiding. Oh my god, this rat. Despite all my rage, this rat sucks. He's gonna heal. But I only do 3 damage, so I can't kill him in 1 turn. But if he ends him in the fog... Yeah, he's gonna kill himself. Okay, so you can return to home base. So you're basically gonna try to, like, push ahead of them. Okay, I see. Okay, well, that's enough of this one, I think. It seems like a cool concept, though. I'm definitely interested in playing more of that. All right, well, we looked at 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games, so quite a bit. And a lot of people said, yeah, I'm going to check this out. So I think I did my job. This game's cool, and I will not play it until Zelda comes out. Until I beat Zelda. I will probably play it tonight some more, but I'm going to probably go more in order myself. Like, I've been jumping all over the place for you guys, but I'll probably, like, play it more in release order. But yeah, this has been pretty cool. I beat a game, which is cool. And I will see you guys Sunday for Name That Game Tune at 7:30. And then Tuesday at 7:30 for Neon White. And then October will be Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, PK, for coming in late. Thank you, Pond. I think Pond was still here. Summer. Anyone that was sticking around here late. I know I went like way overtime, but I sorry about all the technical issues. I had that technical issue, and that sucked. And I was like, I felt really bad because I'm like, I don't want to end it on that. So I don't know what the heck this is, but this looks interesting. But yeah, I'm super excited to play more of this game. I think this game is pretty cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed my first look at it. And I will see you guys later.